What's up everyone, it's Kajani with a level 100 gathering guide with a focus on farming purple and orange gathering scripts. The collectibles we need to gather from appear in unspoiled gathering nodes that are available at specific times. A great website to track these unspoiled gathering nodes is Garland Bell. Once you get here, you're going to click on 7.0 for Dawntrail, the mining and botany icons, then unspoiled. This will display the collectibles that you'll need to turn in for scripts. What you'll do is go from gathering node to gathering node in order to farm gathering scripts. The green bar here, and as well as the timer, will let you know which node is available and how much time is left. The times on the other nodes will just let you know when the gathering node is available. You can also see the name of the collectible, the color of the script that you'll receive once you turn it in, as well as the exact location. I like to leave the layout like this, but if you're farming orange scripts for the coveted mount tokens, you can click on the orange script icon and it'll only display the gathering nodes that will give you orange scripts. If you don't like this view, like this box view here, you can click on this bullet point icon and it'll display everything as a list. Let's look at the gathering rotation that you'll use when you have at least 900 GP. The rotation starts with a scrutiny because that's going to buff our meticulous action. So based on my stats, it's going to go from 150 to 398. Then we're going to use priming touch, which is going to double the chance our meticulous action will not affect integrity. Right now mine is at 23%, so after I use priming touch, it goes up to 46. Now we'll go ahead and use our meticulous action and hope that we can save some integrity. You'll get a message on the screen that says if you do, I did not get that message, I did not save integrity, but that's okay. We're just going to start the process again with a scrutiny, priming touch, and then a meticulous action, and we'll see what we get next. Alright, and it looks like this time, here's that message. We did save integrity, so that means more gathering attempts. Now, depending on where you end up, you're going to use either a brazen action or a meticulous action to get you to max collectability. So I'm going to use a brazen action to get to 1000 collectability. This rotation will leave you with at least 300 GP that you can use on Solid Reason if you're using your miner, or Ageless Words if you're using Botanist. Either job action has a 50% chance to give you a Eureka moment, and a Eureka moment will give you the opportunity to use Wise to the World, which gives you another gathering attempt in addition to the one that you received from Solid Reason or Ageless Words. From here, all that's left to do is hit collect and keep it moving. There is an opportunity to continue to farm orange gathering scripts during your downtime in Living Memory. You will have some downtime between gathering the rarefied bay leaf and rarefied ash soil. While you're waiting, you can farm the collectibles that are located east of the ley node Pyroaetherite. Since this gathering node is not on a timer, the collectibles aren't worth as much as the ones on unspoiled nodes. But if you consistently visit this gathering node during your gathering loops while you're waiting in Living Memory, the small amounts will add up. And you don't have to worry about missing the next node. Since you're on miner, you'll see a message on your screen that lets you know that the unspoiled node is active, and it'll also be highlighted on your minimap. There is a botanist node that is always up in Heritage Found that you can gather from until the unspoiled node is active. With knowledge of the wild agave and the volcanic rock, you can work them into your overall gathering loop. In between the wait for the next unspoiled gathering node, you have the opportunity to gather either the wild agave or the volcanic rock. For example, let's say we started off with the dark mahogany log. We'll then head over to Heritage Found to gather the wild agave. We're going to be here anyway while we're waiting for the next unspoiled node. Then after we gather at the Rakaznar ore, then we'll go back to gather the agave. And then we'll just continue from there, and each time that we have downtime, we'll gather either the agave or the volcanic rock. For these collectibles, your goal is to aim for at least minimum collectability. With that said, a couple brazen actions should get you to at least minimum collectability. Sometimes you will get collector's standard or collector's high standard that should help you get to the second or even third tier of collectability. Just make sure to not spend any GP on these collectibles because you need to save your GP for the upcoming unspoiled node. The goal is to gather as many of these collectibles while you're waiting for the next unspoiled node. Now let's discuss a Dawn Trail option to farming purple gathering scripts with your fisher. The Moxutural Gar is a solid option since it's relatively easy to target and it pays out a respectable amount of gathering scripts when you catch it at the higher collectability. Before you cast your line, use the job action prize catch. For collectible fish, it increases collectability. Immediately after you cast your line, you're going to use the job action Ambitious Lure. Ambitious Lure will increase the chance that you'll get a medium tug. The only medium tugs in this fishing node are the Moxutural Gar and the Yaktail catfish. So if you end up catching a Yaktail catfish, give it a surface slap. After you caught a Moxutural Gar, you do have the option to use the job action Identical Cast. Identical Cast will allow you to catch the same fish that you previously caught. It does cost 350 GP though, so only do this whenever you have the GP to spare or a high cordial ready to use. To farm orange gathering scripts with your fisher, let's start with the copper shark. Before heading out, make sure that you've purchased your fishing Tome of Folklore for Alexandria from the Script exchange. Before you cast your line, you will use the job action prize catch in order to increase the collectability of the copper shark. Then immediately after you cast your line, you will use the job action Ambitious Lure. You can use it up to 3 times per cast, but you can stop using Ambitious Lure as soon as you see the message, "A gentle giant stirs beneath the water." The message simply means that you now have a chance to catch the copper shark. If you get a medium tug, you can reel it in and hopefully it's the copper shark. The other medium tug that's in this fishing location is the forgotten one. So if you happen to catch a forgotten one, give it a surface slap. Then you'll just repeat the process. Use prize catch, then cast your line. Then you'll use Ambitious Lure until you get the message, "A gentle giant stirs beneath the water." If you don't get the message, immediately use hook to bring in your line, then cast your line again. You'll just repeat this process for as long as the copper shark window is open. Next thing to know about the copper shark is when it's available to be caught. I think the best site for this is Carbuncle Plushie. If you aren't into big fishing, there will be a lot of fish to go through. However, you can just do a quick search for the copper shark, then click on the pin icon. Now, whenever you go to Carbuncle Plushie, it will always show up at the top. Carbuncle Plushie will show you the next 2 fishing windows. However, if you want to find out the times of future windows, you can click on the calendar icon. Although the copper shark is time gated, it's one of the best ways to farm orange gathering scripts. If a copper shark isn't available and you still want to farm orange gathering scripts with your fisher, the Zorgor Condor is an option. It's a little harder to target since there are 2 other fish with medium tugs in this fishing location. To catch the Zorgor Condor, you will need to use Ambitious Lure until you get the message, "A winged shadow rises within the mist." This message means that you'll now have a chance to catch the condor. Hopefully the medium tug is a condor. If it is not, give whatever you just caught a surface slap, then try again. Prize Catch or Patience 2 will get you to a high collectability. However, to consistently catch fish in the highest tier of collectability, you can use the job action Big Game Fishing. Simply put, Big Game Fishing will make sure the large size fish that you catch is in the highest tier of collectability. To use Big Game Fishing, just press the job action when you have 2 stacks of Angler's Art, then cast your line. To increase the chance that your next fish will be a large size fish, be sure to use Big Game Fishing along with Prize Catch or Patience 2. Depending on your stats, you may or may not have to use big game fishing. This is just another job action that you can use to get the most out of farming gathering scripts with your fisher. Overall, you're probably going to be using your botanist and miner as the primary way to farm gathering scripts, but be sure to mix in some fishing as well. Farming gathering scripts with your botanist and miner offer a consistent method of farming gathering scripts. Although the payouts for botanist and miner collectibles may be considered small, they do add up over time. Another benefit is that you'll be farming gathering materia via spirit bonding, since you'll be gathering at higher level gathering nodes. The copper shark is a great way to farm orange gathering scripts for mount tokens, so I would recommend farming it whenever there's a window open at a time that works for you. Don't forget about your custom deliveries, because they're good for gathering scripts as well. If you do the turn-ins for the clients that are offering the bonus for gathering, you should get enough orange gathering scripts for 2 mount tokens. I hope